My name is Jesse, and I work with small businesses in the government marketplace. You're listening to FedBiz 5, where you get informed, get connected, and get results on everything government contracting. Hello, and welcome to another episode of FedBiz 5. Today we have Frank on. He's here to discuss the importance of well-rehearsed 30-second introductory pitch. Hi, Frank. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good, Jesse. How's everything?
Everything's going well with me. So let's get started. What are the benefits of having a well-rehearsed introductory pitch?
Well, Jesse, whether you're introducing yourself to a representative at a networking event, a business conference, or even if you're cold calling a contracting officer, you're going to want to capture their attention, and you're going to want to do it fast. So it's situations like these that you need a short, easy-to-grasp explanation of your company, its products or services, very much like an elevator speech. The elevator speech is designed to be a short description of what you do or what you sell. And the goal is to earn a longer or second conversation. It is not to convince the person you're talking to that they should hire you or buy your services on the spot. Also, an elevator speech is never the opportunity to close a deal. It's simply a short introduction to you, your company, and how you can help the government manager. Keep your introduction pitch goal-oriented. For example, our services help organizations increase their internal productivity by as much as 40% without additional cost, and always conclude with a request to connect again in the very near future.
So why is it important to keep the pitch around 30 seconds?
Jesse, we live in a very fast-paced society, and in most introductions, you're only going to have 30 seconds or so to grab the attention of the person that you're meeting with. If you can't garner their attention in 30 seconds, you will most likely lose the opportunity to do so. Most individuals' attention spans are short, so you must take advantage of the time that you have. Therefore, keeping your pitch to no more than 30 seconds can accomplish this goal.
Well, that's definitely makes sense. I mean, how many people are diagnosed with, ADHD or ADD? I mean, I'm one of them, so.
We all are to a degree.
I could definitely understand, you're going to lose their attention within those 30 seconds even, so you definitely got to do that. So another question is, how do you prepare an introductory pitch and what should be included?
Okay, first, always acknowledge the individual you're talking to by name. Second, while it may sound simplistic, always introduce yourself by your full name and include your company's name. Next, you want to talk briefly about your company's mission and always try to use a hook. The hook is any fascinating fact or stat about your company or one of your products. For example, earlier I said that our services have improved productivity by an average of 40% by organizations that implemented them. That's a hook. Or you could say something like, our product increases air quality by over 70% as it eliminates nearly 99% of all germs. And finally, be engaging with the person you're speaking with, and also be friendly. That comes across very warm and open to the person you're talking to.
Yeah, personable. Definitely being personable is a plus. But thank you for explaining the hook, because I was going to ask. So appreciate that. Hook, line, and sinker. All right.
Yeah, well, it is a fish hook. You're trying to reel them in.
Yeah, exactly. So, is there anything you should not include in the introductory pitch?
Yes. Stay away from acronyms unless they're universally known or recognized. Also, don't try to list everything that you do or everything you can provide. Hit on the top few items only, the ones you really specialize in or the ones that you know the recipient is interested in. Finally, as stated earlier, no hardcore sales pitch. Remember, the purpose of the introductory pitch is to capture the recipient's interest so that you can either continue the conversation or establish a future connection.
What would be a hardcore sales pitch?
Well, I mean, a hardcore sales pitch would be something along the lines that you find in, say, an automotive store where you're in.
Like, act now.
Yeah, if you don't take advantage of this sale, if you take advantage today, you're going to get a, much larger discount, things like that. There's no reason to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's definitely something you'd want to stay away from because you're trying to build a rapport, and that's just going to shut that door.
Exactly. That's going to close that person's mind to what you're trying to do, which is get their attention and to build a relationship that you can further, structure conversations around and try to, at that point, then push your product or your services.
So, it sounds like the best pitch is one that, is concise and should introduce you and your company in such a way that the recipient wants to hear more, right?
Absolutely. And remember, practice your pitch as you want it to be natural. You want it to sound clear. You want it well-paced. And remember, not more than 30 seconds, but hopefully leaves them wanting to know more. And also try to end your pitch with a question. Something like, does that sound like something your organization can benefit from? Or is this something that might interest you?
Yes or no questions, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that like a sales thing? Yeah, it's like you ask a question for a yes or no answer.
It's a little bit, but it's not the hardcore.
Yeah.
You got to do something today. Act now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, Frank, I really think that our listeners will appreciate this, and hopefully it'll give them some help for their future contracts.
Sure. And remember, when they're talking to folks, make sure you speak with confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're confident, that will come across to the recipient as well.
Absolutely. So once again, I appreciate having you on, Frank.
All right.
And we'll catch up with you again.
You got it. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. This concludes this week's episode of FedBiz 5, where you get informed, get connected, and get results. Today's podcast is sponsored by FedBiz Access, government contracting made simple. Visit them at fedbizaccess.com or contact them at 888-299-4498.